Hi guys, welcome. Okay, so I'm here early today because today is my nephew's birthday and I'm going over to see him. So I won't be on at 5, but I'll probably be back on about 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyhow, so I'm waiting for people to come in. I did a video that I want to release. I have it done. I just have to release it. And I want to do another one about I don't remember if I've ever done anything before about like the soul wounds and that kind of stuff. So I may do something like that, but I probably won't get to it until tonight or tomorrow. All right, first person we have here is, oh, Neha, hi. Jade, spirit cards. Spirit cards for Jade. King of Fire, motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision. Be a leader. Advice from someone creative. Awakening, Archangel Gabriel. Look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. Ten of Water, a content and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. Cade, is Gabriel still romantically involved with his ex? Let's see. I don't think so. No, I'm only getting a 33% chance that the answer would be yes. So there may be some mild feelings there, but I don't think so. I don't think it would be anything that would lead to them getting back together or for more to come. I think that if anything, it's on its way out. It's fizzling out. Adriana, what's going to happen to me? Okay, well, you got good stuff happening. First card that comes in is the Empress, which is love, money, abundance, prosperity, fertility, and children. So pretty much everything that you want throughout your life you will obtain. Life's not perfect, we know that. But at least as you go through life, you're gonna have what you want, and you like, I think if you made it to, if you looked at yourself at the end of your life, you would be like, you know what, I had a pretty good time. I pretty much managed to have whatever I wanted. It also looks like that you may be taking a course or an apprenticeship or a training. I mean, it could even be on the job training kind of a thing. Your intuition is heightened and you're about to embark on a new journey, or this could just be some spontaneous fun times. Baby Lavender, how does Paige feel about me? She definitely thinks that you're spontaneous, fun, charismatic. There may be a little bit of regret around the situation or a little bit of envy, but it's not a big deal. She thinks that you're very strong. Empress, attractive, capable, abundant, prosperity, hardworking, lucky, and that you have a lot of potential. RZ, why is Allie being cold towards me? He's a Sag. He's feeling a little bit upside down right now. So he feels a little bit uprooted or ungrounded, which is typical of Sagittarius to sort of be all over the place. They're kind of like that sometimes. And here's Sagittarius in reverse. He's feeling unbalanced. This card would mean unbalanced. He may have some issues of his own that have nothing to do with you. It looks like you might have a little bit of a road ahead of you, but sooner or later he comes back to being normal. A lot of times hot and cold people, you know, I find like a lot of people can't keep one thing from the next. Like their whole life kind of bleeds together. I don't feel like I'm like that, but I feel like a lot of people are. So for example, if I have an argument with somebody or a disagreement about something, if I'm mad at this person here, I don't necessarily take it out on other people or let it bleed into the rest of my life, but I feel like most people do. And that could be what's causing him to feel so cold. He's got a lot of shit going on around him. Might not have to do with you, but it may feel like it's you. I don't think it is. Sand, money in general. Things may be a little bit stagnant, slow down around money over the next couple of weeks. But once we get past that, you have victory, you have happiness, and a wish around money. So money will start to flow in more freely, maybe midsummer, towards the end of the summer, and you're also feeling a little bit more prepared and more capable. But you might be feeling like that's like a long road ahead of you and things aren't changing quickly. Just kind of hang in there. It's going to get better. It just may not happen tomorrow. Excuse me, lady. What's going on over there? What are you making a fuss about? You want to come out? Oh, boy. I got to go over there. Hang on, hang on. I'm not really dressed properly here. Put her in front of me. I still have another 50 pounds to lose, and I'd rather not show it off. Right, baby? Right? All right, there you go. I'll hold it for you. You want to watch Elmo? Can you see him? Okay. Miss Ronnie. The ex-Sag and I just argued. Is it officially done now? No, I don't think so. Let's have a look. Oh, you don't want this? You want to watch TV? Oh, F is the letter of the day. Is that what you want? Let me make it a little bit louder. Just bear with me for 1 second. Hang on. Hey, you watch this, me sweet. Oh, look, there's Grover. I like Grover. You like Grover? No? All right. All right. Is it officially done? I don't think it is. Let's see. No, it's not. It's just an argument. Sand, love in general, okay. Okay, so maybe feeling a little bit more stable coming up. If you're not with anyone right now, you have it's going to be slow and steady, but the next relationship will make you feel very secure. It may not be hot and passionate immediately, but it's slow and steady wins the race. It may be with an Aquarius. You got an Aquarius around you, and there's also victory around this relationship and around love in general. Maybe feeling like you're beginning a personal journey, and the two of you may grow together quite nicely. Use your intuition. You also may have choices because there's a fire sign that shows up too. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. And the next relationship you enter in will be a soulmate connection. And I think it's going to be something that does you really well. You know, sometimes soulmate connections can be really rough. Most of them are. But this next relationship, it looks like it's slow and steady, but it's like long term. You know what I mean? Like sometimes slow and steady wins the race. And I think that's what's coming in for you. Bobble. Akash texted me today joking, asking if I miss him. How soon will we reconcile? Okay. Haha. It could be soon, like 2 weeks, something like that. Wiggle. Is the Cancer girl romantically interested? Yes, I believe so. What's the matter with me? Clumsy. Sister. Right, I don't see it yet. I don't want to lose my spot, so I'm going to do TD. Scorpio's energy towards me today. Good luck. Like laid back, good luck, and deep and grounded. The energy around the situation is good today. Very good. Sister, we were talking casually, but then he ignored my last text and hasn't opened it in a week. I decided to deactivate the account since I only made it to communicate with him. Anyway, what will he think? Okay. He's going to think you're mad at him. That's what he's going to think. The Ace of Swords is here, which is, you know, cutting painful energy, or like the sword that cuts both ways. He's going to think because you have feelings for him and he hasn't answered, you're mad at him, or because he's not stepping forward enough, he's going to think you're mad at him. That's what he's going to think. So, like Leroy's feelings in regard to our conversation earlier. Well, he feels a couple of different ways. So he may have been at some point feeling mildly argumentative. Five of Wands is in reverse. It's not the biggest deal. When it's in reverse, it's like not even an argument, but it may be like argumentative moments or feeling aggravated. But then moving past that, he feels like it's transformative and it will make the relationship grow or evolve. But he also feels like mildly either disrespected or out of balance. It could be more out of balance than disrespect. But overall, with the Death card, there's transformation and evolution coming to the situation. So it's better. It's long term, it's better. Whatever the conversation was about, the effects will be better in the long run. Jelena, how does he feel after our single? He's not. He feels out of balance. 5 of Swords would be arguments. So either he feels like fighting or starting a fight, maybe not with you, but there's something about the situation that's got him a little bit up in arms. He also feels like things may change or move forward quickly. And he's got some anxiety. TD, Aries energy towards me today. Success. Success and out of the blue. I'm telling you, if you start hanging out more with that Scorpio or things take off with that Scorpio, you're not, the Aries is going to be all over that. He's going to feel that. It's going to drive him nuts. That's what he deserves. Phantom, did my neighbor really say he is so pretty? All right, let's see. No, I'm only getting a 33% chance. I think maybe you heard it wrong. Soleil, why does Leroy put his family feelings before mine? He's got the double-edged sword. He feels like he has to. He feels a loyalty to his family. I don't know what it was like for him growing up, but a lot of times people do feel like, you know, depending on the situation too, or how you grew up, that blood's thicker than water. And, you know, it's like your mother or your father or your brother will always be your mother, brother, or father. But your girlfriend or your wife might not always be your girlfriend or your wife. So, you know, it's very interesting the way people treat each other depending on the way that they grow up. And a lot of times history tends to repeat itself. But sometimes people learn from things. Like for me, I feel like I learned a lot of things from my parents growing up that I do not want to repeat. And you know, like even like relationship wise, parenting wise, that I don't want to repeat. And I feel like for him, he feels like a loyalty to his family. And it's not that he doesn't have loyalty to you, he does. But the way that relationships work, this day and age, things are so upside down that, you know, it's the truth. Like your brother is always going to be your brother, but your wife may not always be your wife. And that's much different now than it was when I was in college. And we were, I had to take a sociology course, and they taught us that, and it makes a lot of sense, that if a man had to choose between saving his children or his wife, the man would save his wife. If a woman had to make a choice between saving her child or her husband, the woman would save her children. I think as times have evolved, I think it's starting to change for men, because I think that the idea of things lasting forever in this society, which has become very disposable, I think it's changing. I don't really believe that holds true so much anymore for men. I mean, everything these days is disposable. We get a new cell phone every year. You get a lease on a car, you trade it in after 3 years. I think our mindset is, and our attention span is much shorter. So I think that when it comes to people's feelings and loyalty and, you know, what matters more, I think that sometimes it's also, there's more of them than there is you. And, you know, like long term, I don't know how he grew up, but it's always interesting to me because, like, I've seen, you know, they always say history repeats itself. Like, my mother was married at 20. At 20, I could barely dress myself. Like, the last thing I was thinking about was being married. You know what I mean? But You know, times are changing. And another thing is that this is not necessarily negative. You know, sometimes we perceive things as being negative, and this came up once with a friend of mine, and I was ready to defend my friend, and I was, well, he should do this for her, and he should put her first. But my other friend that was there said, you know what? I don't think it makes him a bad guy. I think it makes him a good guy that he's loyal to his family. Because imagine if you were married to him, right? And you had kids, and this is 10 years down the line, and he had a good friend of his that wanted something or was causing some kind of an issue. His loyalty would side with you and your family, not with the friend. So it's not really a bad thing. It's a good thing. It just may not feel like a good thing right now. Anyway, that's a whole... Yeah, he kind of feels like his family is strong. I don't know if that's true, but you know, like we all grow up in a fucked up way. So what's strong and what's legit to one person may be different to another person. And he feels very connected. I don't know if this could be to his mother. He feels very safe with the family. Ashmita, is RJ going through a lot? Should I message him or wait a few days? Okay, should I message him? I'm only getting a 33% chance that you should message him. Jay Allen, how did Amy feel when she saw me at work today? Celebration. She was impressed with what she saw. You come up in her eyes as abundant, attractive, intelligent, confident, and like you have a lot of potential or very successful. The Chariot, like things move forward quickly. Soleil, will he ever put my feelings first and defend me? %70 chance, yes, he will. Priscilla, will Eddie make a love offer before the summer ends? Um, 70% chance, yes. Soleil, how is Leroy feeling about me? He thinks that you're grounded, down to earth, attractive, hardworking, spiritually connected and intuitive, deep rooted, down to earth, grounded, stable, well balanced, attractive, capable, honest, courageous, love, money, abundance, prosperity. He feels good about you. Babo, will I be able to follow the new study timetable? Will I be able to follow the new study timetable? Yes, 70% chance, yes, you're going to get a handle on it. Bello, welcome. Does the Leo I work with have genuine interest in me? Okay, let's see. Or is he fooling around? Genuine interest. I think he's got an interest. Yeah, I do think he's got an interest. Kayla, why did Asia try to get me fired? Because she's weak. She's weak, she's unstable, and she's incompetent. Well, she's probably somewhat jealous of you too. The thing is that things are changing. People are not going to be able to get away with that bullshit. So something like that, that's unjustified, will come back to her, and it's happening fast. So, like, the idea, I've always struggled with the idea of karma because I've seen so many of my friends, like growing up when I was a kid, like in high school, I had friends that did horrible things, stole money from their parents, stole from their employer. I had one friend, she worked for Spencer's and she stole everything. I mean, they stole everything. She gets a job working in a bakery, and one of the registers comes up short, and I don't remember what happened, but the bosses kind of, interviewed everyone, and they were kind of insinuating, like back then you could do that, you could kind of accuse people without getting in trouble. And she was like, she quit. She's like, I can't work for people that don't trust me. And I was thinking to myself, you're a fucking thief. You robbed Spencer's blind, and now you're so virtuous you can't be accused of stealing. Like, did you pay for the black light that you got me? Did you pay for my lava lamp? I don't think so, but whatever. But I feel like there was for most of the time, or there was, people weren't getting it. Like, it's like they were getting away with things. Like, people that were shystering, people that were trying to, like, manipulate people, it was working for them. Like, businesses that are unethical, they were getting away with it. I feel like we're moving into a time now when that's not going to work anymore. Things that aren't functioning correctly are not working. So she tries to get you fired, it's going to come back to her. She's going to expose herself for the asshole she really is. It's going to come back to her. It's not going to, like, it doesn't make you look better to make somebody else look worse. Like, if you have to look better and be a better employee on your own merits, it's not like, hey, listen, we all suck, but she sucks more. And now it's going to have to be, okay, we're all here, but how do you rise above that? And the people that rise above, that do better for themselves and do better for the world, are going to start to move forward. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. I feel it in my guts, and I'm not even the only person that's been saying it. Like, all kinds of people from all walks of life and different studies and different backgrounds are saying it. So stand in, like, your truth and your faith, and know that nobody can take you down but yourself. Nobody can take you down without reason. So if there was a reason, like you're stealing from the company, or you're stealing time, or you're whatever, then it would be a different story. But if you're legit and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, these people, these like energy suckers, cannot do anything to you. You got this. You're protected. Soleil, does he still want me to move in? Yes, he does. See, I think a lot of this comes down to not so much them, but more about what's going on in you. If you're doubting moving in, or you're unsure because of how you feel about your relationship with him, that's one thing. But if other people's opinions, thoughts, attitudes, actions, whatever, is making your decision, then I would tell you not to let them have so much power, because they're powerless unless you give it to them. Now, and I can tell you that from personal experience, I've given my power away to a lot of people that didn't deserve it. And I put myself in the situation, I've said it before, where I wouldn't want to be in a situation because I would feel uncomfortable, or I felt like I wasn't accepted, or I wasn't popular, or people didn't like me. And that all may have been true, or half of it may have been true, and some of it may have been in my head. But at the end of the day, he wants you to be there. Like, it's about you and him. It's not about how his brother's girlfriend feels about you living there. That's her problem if she has a problem with it. But I know because in the past, I would feel like it was my problem, and I would try to have to be nice, and I would have to be this and have to be that. No, you don't have to do any of that. The only person you have to please here is yourself. So if you want to move in with him because that's what you want, then that's what you do. It's not, I want to move in with him, but I don't know how everybody else is going to like me. Fuck them. And I think a lot of this comes with age, because my father has gotten so much worse. My father refuses to go to any party that has that doesn't have tables. He's like, if I'm going to your house for dinner, you better have a table. Don't expect me to stand and eat on a paper plate with a plastic fork. I'm not doing it. I'm not coming. And he'll tell you that. So, and this is a good example because his stepdaughters, like, now they all know that he needs to have a table, he needs to have a real plate, and he needs to have a fork, or he's not coming. And they rise to meet him. They'll make him happy so that he comes. He's got no problem. He told the neighbor, I'm not coming. And if they don't meet his needs, he doesn't go. He doesn't care how it comes across. Like, he does what he needs. And he gets it. And if he doesn't get it, he's okay with not being there. So if you think about it from that, you know, you don't want these other people controlling your life because they're really not that important. I think you get to a point where you start to feel like, you know something, this is just how they are. This is how they are. And don't let them bother you, which is a lot easier said than done. I know, because I've been in this situation and I know exactly how it is. But the truth is like, don't let them ruin your relationship or interfere with your relationship, because they're not worth it. Like, you don't even know what's going to happen between the brothers and the girlfriends and everything. A month from now, they may not be together anymore. And a month from now, they may move across the country. You don't know. So don't let them interfere with you. Think about what it is that you want and where you want to go with this relationship. And if you question it because you're not sure yourself, that's one thing. But don't make decisions based on his mother, his brother's girlfriend, because don't give them that power. They don't deserve it, and that's what I gotta say. Hey, what's going on over there, lady? Did you drop your bottle? No, it's right here. It's right here, pumpkin. All right. All right. Soleil General. You got some peace, tranquility coming in. You also have good times with love. The love cup is full. Possibly a new job opportunity or a new business opportunity. Paying off a bill, which is excellent. Feeling some relief around that. And love should be moving forward nicely for you over the next couple of weeks. Brittany, will Bobby and his girlfriend be breaking up? Yes. Oh my God. 3 aces. Yeah. Monica, when will I meet a soulmate? Okay, next soulmate relationship comes in. Maybe not until October. Miss Ronnie. One last time to take classes. Time is not on my side. Will I pass to do something else with my career? Okay. Will I pass to do something else with my career? I think you're going to pass. Not only that, I think you're about to go through a transformation, and there could be a lot of things in your life that are evolving. Kayla. Will my burn ritual I did last night for things I want manifest work out well? Yes, it will. Very well. Krista, Jay's energy towards me today. Empress, love, money, abundance, fertility. Excellent. Phantom, general reading. Excuse me, miss. What is going on over there? You watching a show about pirates? You may have some decisions coming up, but overall your life is going to be moving forward nicely. You have a wish that comes true, put it out into the universe, and divine timing is on your side. Leaving regret and pain and bullshit in the past, moving forward. No longer holding yourself back. Starting a new journey or something spontaneous comes up that brings you a lot of pleasure. And good karma is also coming in. Justice. Soleil, he put his brother's relationship before his relationship. You mean his relationship with his brother or the two of them? Like his brother and his girlfriend? He's the oldest and he acts like they're his kids. That's really typical, though, of the oldest child. Oldest children always tend to be the caretakers. That's just how it is. It's a shame. Yeah, that's probably why they all live with him or move in and out, because he takes care of them. That's a shame. But once again, that's not a bad quality. It's a good quality, because if you were to marry him and have children with him, imagine how good he would take care of those children. So when you're looking at it from the perspective of he's putting this person first, yeah, but one day he may be putting his children first. So it's not really a bad thing. It's a good thing. He cares very much about you, but he does feel like he has to take care of them. And he doesn't want to be in the position where he feels like he's got to pick and choose. So my suggestion would be not to put him in that position, because he doesn't have to pick and choose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing to decide over. It's, you know what I mean? Don't put him in that situation. Nothing that is going on is threatening your relationship with him, unless you're making it threaten the relationship. I mean, I don't know exactly what happened here, but how could he have put like his relationship before yours? Like, one thing doesn't have to equal the other. What the hell is happening here, miss? What is going on? You don't like the pirate show? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? You don't like the pirate show? Oh, I think it's this bottle. Maybe we don't like that bottle. I'm going to shut this off. How about that? You not like that bottle, maybe? Is it hard to suck on? All right, let me take you over to the bus. All right, I got it. I don't know about this bottle. I think it has something to do with the nipple. Here, I'll help you out. I'll help you out, lady. All right, lay back. All right. All right, oh, that's it. You got it. I know, it's a weird nipple maybe, but you know what? You get used to it. It's a different bottle, and I don't think she likes it. It's all right. You get used to it. Oh, so in other words, like, he may have his brother will spend time with his girlfriend over spending time with Leroy, but yet Leroy does the opposite. It's very typical of the oldest child to be like that, because they tend to be people pleasers and caretakers. I don't think that that's good for the oldest child to behave like that, but I'm one, so I kind of understand it. And I think that's why. That's how he's programmed. Jenny, Jose's feelings about us right now, any changes? Okay. you not want anymore? I'll put it down there for me. It doesn't look like any major changes are coming. Use your intuition. He thinks that, I think things are moving forward nicely. You've got the 10 of Cups here that are full. It does look like there may be some weight of the world, like you may be feeling a little bit burdened or feeling like maybe things aren't going as smoothly as they should. But I think he's feeling like things are okay. I'm not sure where you are in this relationship right now because I'm not seeing a whole lot of love cards, but it looks like forward movement and stability. 4 of Pentacles is stability, so that's not a bad thing. Tara, how would my connection with my life partner be? It should be a soulmate connection, and you would be very prepared for it, and it would be like a wish come true. It should be a good, strong relationship with a pretty deep connection. Soleil, what are Leroy's next actions towards me? You, Julie Puss. You're all wet. You know what? You're gonna go see Johnny today for his birthday? Yeah. Yeah. Well, something spontaneous out of the blue will make you guys feel better. Doing something out of the ordinary may breathe new life into the situation. And things, the happiness is coming in. You got the Sun card here. But there's forward movement. So he may want to do something, Death card, evolution, things start to move forward. He may want to do something to take your mind, both of you, take your minds off of what was going on and just change the energy of the situation. I don't know if it could be something simple, like going for a ride somewhere, going, I don't know, out to grab dinner. I don't know if you're allowed to where you live, but maybe you pick something up and do a picnic or just do something spontaneous. That's going to be next. Like, he doesn't want to harp on the same thing over and over again. In a lot of ways, I think he knows that you're right. He just doesn't know how to change that in himself. It's very hard. It's very hard to change habits like that, especially when you've always done it, and it's like ingrained in you to be a caretaker. And you know, to not do that is, I mean, it's difficult. It is. It's very difficult. Stephanie, how did T feel today seeing me at lunch? He felt a little bit awkward, a little bit like mildly heartbroken, a little bit like an asshole, and a lot like a disaster. Yeah, he's having a hard time. He is having a hard time. Stephanie, finances for the month of June and July. Are you trying to kiss me? Trying to kiss me? Empress is here. That's very positive for money over the next couple of months. You also have the Magician here, which means you can manifest it. You can call in more money, either by working more hours or, who knows, winning it, having it gifted to you. There's more money coming in, definitely. And you're prepared. I don't know if they offer you more hours or overtime or something that you could do that would bring in more money. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. You're going to pay off a bill or something, or put money aside for something. And the Sun is coming out around a wish around money. I think you're going to be fine with money. More than fine. Kayla, will I get into UMSL, or should I just apply to different colleges? Okay, let's see. I get a 33% chance that you get in, but that also might be because it's far into the future. So it may not be that it's a low percentage because it's not going to happen. It just may not be something that happens right away. Um, I always suggest, I don't know what year you're in. I guess you would be starting in September. I don't know. I don't remember how it goes, but I always suggest to people just to think about it. If this isn't local and if you have to live there, I always feel like doing 2 years at a community college, it just saves so much money, and you wouldn't have those crazy loans. You'd only have half of it when you come back. Besides, I think that if you did 2 years at a community college, you would be able to get into this school without a problem. So just something to think about. Marie A. Will K the Capricorn and me the Scorpio reconcile in the future? Okay. Yeah, you're going to reconcile. Tulip, will Mohammed contact me in July? Yes. There's communication coming in July. And X. I just ended up ghosting Ajmal. How does he feel, and was that the right decision? Okay. It was the right decision, but boy, he's a mess. He's a disaster. He's not happy about it. That's okay. Take care of yourself first. What's the matter, baby? Don't go too close to the edge. Come a little closer, okay? BTS has jams. Will Ross come back with communication? Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. 70% chance, and the intuition card. Use your intuition. Your intuition knows. You already knew the answer to that question. Nana, general for July. Okay, in July, you are going to have a whole lot of choices to make. So you also have the sun coming out in July. So there's laying down the law, cutting through bullshit, laying down boundaries. You're calling the shots in July, which is good. You have some financial stability coming in as well, which is nice. There's a Leo here, and there's also a Pisces. You might have some adventurous times doing things out of the ordinary. A love connection could take off. That could be life-changing in the month of July. Jelly Belly, will I move this year or soon? Okay. All right, let's put you on this side, okay? Because I'm afraid you're too close to the edge. I think you're going to move this year. It's coming up pretty strong that the move is this year, but this damn virus is putting everything back, timing-wise. So that makes me a little bit nervous, but I think you're going to move this year. I really do. Chloe, does Mark think of me sexually or anything? Yes, definitely sexually. Soleil, am I toxic in my life? What do I need to change? You're not toxic. You are not toxic. No, I think that the issue is, and I have the same issue, and I might do a separate video on this because it's like, I guess I'm gonna assume that it comes from insecurity. Because I don't really know. I'm going to assume it's got to come from some kind of insecurity. That, because when I was in this situation, and I told you, or I may have mentioned it on here many times, about how I was in a relationship with somebody, and he was a really good guy, but it's almost like, it was so obvious that his friends were so mean to me. Like, they came from... like a clique. They were a clique that grew up in a very Irish part of Brooklyn, which I didn't even know that Brooklyn had an Irish part, whatever. And they grew up together from the time that they were born into it. And I just think that I was just an outsider, and they were, they were just rough around the edges. The guys weren't so bad, even though most of them weren't that great either, but the girls were brutal. Brutal. And instead of me being like, fuck these people, I'm not going to let them bother me, I let them intimidate me. And I withdrew from the crowd, or I didn't have, I made it my problem. I felt like, well, they don't like me, so I kind of excluded myself more. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I let them get the best of me, but they did. And there were times where my friends were there too. And the way the situation unfolded, my boyfriend lost a brother. So we were all together for the funeral, which happened to be President's Day weekend. So it wasn't just that we had the weekend, but then we had the Monday too. So my friends were there too to be supportive of me, and my friends were sober. They weren't drinking because they were the drivers, and they were like, these people are, they were really mean to me. And they were like, my one friend was like, this is not in your head. This is disgusting. Allowed them to get the best of me. I thought to myself, years later, if I was a tougher bitch, I would have been like, fuck you people. I'm not going to let you guys push me around. I don't give a fuck what you think of me. But I did care. Why? Why was it so important that these miscellaneous people that I would have had nothing to do with if it weren't for him, and I had nothing to do with them afterwards, had so much control over my feelings, my mental state, my emotions, and my relationship? But they did. They had a lot of control. I had anxiety if I knew they were going to be around. And then they were the kind of people that they would just show up. They were those people that just popped in. And then, they drove an hour and a half. You're not going to send them home. And then they would come and they would stay. They wouldn't leave. And the house he lived in was a high ranch, and it had plenty of room. And you never knew when they were coming, and when they showed up, they would, and they unannounced. We had plans for something one time. I don't remember what it was. My birthday, or maybe it was Valentine's Day. It was something, and his brother's girlfriend showed up, and she was staying the weekend, and that's just how it was. And I was just going to have to live with that. And of course, we fought about it. And I felt like, well, why are you putting her before me? Why are you putting her before me? And then what happened? Everybody's life moved on. Everybody got married. Everyone had kids. Everyone bought houses. And I was standing there alone with nothing and nobody. And I was like, how did this happen to me? But I allowed it to, because they were so important, and I allowed them to be important. Maybe if I had gotten in their face and told, hey, sit the fuck down. Shut the fuck up. Well, but instead, like, I tried not to do, I felt like I was like a kitten surrounded by lions, and I just wanted to like back up so that they wouldn't see me, or they wouldn't comment, or they wouldn't embarrass me. Everything that they constantly did things to embarrass me, and they said mean things, but I let it get to me. They knew they could get to me, and they did. So, like, if my grandmother was here, she would say to me, now whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? You allowed them to treat you like this, and you allowed them to upset you. A tougher bitch would have been like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what you think. This is my boyfriend. I'm here to be with him. He wants me here. I'm more important than all of you assholes. Fuck you. But I couldn't do that at the time. I took it all out on myself. I took it out on Tom, too. And Tom was like blinders. Like, he didn't see any of it. And, they were just mean people. They were just, listen, I don't think it would have made a difference it was me or anybody else. I think that they had it in for me from day one, because I wasn't part of that clique. I didn't grow up with them, and they just didn't like me. And they always referred to this as upstate. This is not fucking upstate New York. Buffalo is upstate New York. This is not upstate New York. We're at the Jersey border. You can't get much further downstate than this. And they always like nasty comments, fuck you. But I couldn't do it. So was I toxic? The only person I was toxic to really was myself, because I couldn't stand up for myself, and I allowed things to bother me. As I got older, I started to say things to myself like, I'm choosing not to let this bother me. I'm going to choose to not let that bother me. I'm not going to care about that. I'm not going to let it get to me. But it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And looking back now, I wish that I was the person that I am now then, because I wouldn't have let them affect me, and they wouldn't have destroyed my relationship, but I allowed them to. I gave them way too much power. And where are all they now? I wonder. That's what I could say to all of them. They're just not nice people. I wouldn't want to be around them. So I would say, if you had anything to change, it would be, know your own importance, and don't let these other people, they're not more important than you. They're not more important in your life to you or to him. So let them do what they're doing, and don't let them affect you. Bobble, will Akash and I get married, and will it be a happy one? Okay. Well, I don't know what you're trying to do there, miss. Yeah, I know. Listen. You're too young yet to crawl. You'll be crawling soon. I'm getting right now only a 33% chance that you're going to get married. If you do, yes, it will be happy. I'm not 100% sure, though, that marriage is coming up. It could be, too, that it's a far ways off, because it's only showing 33%. Goddess, any messages about the next place I'm moving into? Okay. Any messages about the next place I'm moving into? Do you already have it? You know where it is? Oh, no, this looks good. Right in the center, it's like divine timing. If you don't know it, you're falling into it. And if you do know it, it's like the powers that be are putting you there. And it should be cause for celebration. You also may have a love interest that shows up around it. And you may feel like you have a long road ahead of you, but it's pretty passionate. And yeah, no, I think it's going to be a good move. Move for the better, not for the worse. Oh, don't cry, baby. Don't cry, mama. Anna, why this man trying to get with me? He got a girlfriend and he's living with her. He's just divorced 3 years ago. And his ex shows me he is an obvious cheater. I mean, these guys are amazing. They really are. No, he does not think that you're dumb, but he does think that he can charm you. And he does think that he can, like, I think he also, actually, I think it's quite the opposite. I think that he thinks that you're very smart and you're somewhat of a challenge to him. I think that that's what it is. Yeah, he's going to, I think he may try to be a little bit pursuing. He's going to be pursuing you. He's got interest. You won't get involved with somebody like that. I know you won't. But he's going to try hard. He sees you as quite a challenge. What a dope. He's an ass. Soleil, will Leroy have the car in my spot moved before I move in? Okay, let's see. Will he have the car moved? You're crusty with all your drool. We gotta give you a bath. Yes, he will. He will. Yeah. I don't want you to be the crusty kid. We're gonna have to give you a bath before we go. You're crusty. Anna, please tell me, am I attracting these low lives because I live alone? No, I don't think that. I actually think that you're attracting him because he thinks of you as a challenge. I don't think he thinks that you're dumb. I think he thinks that he can't have you and that that's where the challenge is. No, it's not because you live alone. I mean, the guy is genuinely interested in you, but I think he's also attracted to the fact that you're such a challenge for him. You also may be very, he may be very attracted to you physically, which has nothing to do with the other, that he's attracted to you because you're a challenge on top of it. Kayla, anything the cards want me to know? You have a wish. Put that out into the universe, and your intuition is strong. So stay in touch with your intuition. You're very intelligent too, so you're not going to make a stupid mistake because your intuition tells you to. Your intuition and your intellect are on the same page. You're also prepared. You're prepared for your life to move forward. Jelena, for years I feel that he's my soulmate, but she's got him first. Is my intuition correct? Yeah, I think that you guys do have a soulmate connection. The thing is, and you know, this may be something that a lot of people have to keep in the back of their minds because these relationships can be really difficult. But this is what they say, that mountains will move if two people are supposed to be together. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to manipulate the situation. It will happen. So having a little bit of faith in that may help. But, you know, a lot of times people hold on to one another just because they don't want to be alone. So she may know that he's not the one for her. She may know that their relationship isn't that great, but she just may be holding on to it because she doesn't want to be alone, or she's controlling, or she hasn't found anybody else better. Sooner or later, that runs out. Sooner or later, that doesn't work anymore. It could take a long time. I mean, I've seen it with people that it's like years. Like years have gone by and nothing has changed. But when something if there is more to come between you and him, you don't have to do anything. Like, you don't have to, like, there are people, like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna wait outside the bar for him because I know he's gonna show up here. That's manipulation. That's putting yourself where you know he's gonna be. But when you have something like this happening, you don't have to do anything like that. The universe does it. So the universe puts you online at the grocery store, and the cashier has to check a price, and it keeps you held up there for 10 minutes, and he walks in through the grocery store to the, you know, he gets online behind you. Like, that kind of thing happens when it's meant to happen. And you can only hold on to something that's not yours for so long until it goes. It explodes. It just doesn't work. With all of this being said, I would never tell you to sit around waiting for the day you accidentally bump into him at the grocery store. But you continue talking to other people, seeing other people, cultivating other things in your life. But if it's meant to be, nothing is going to be able to stop it. Nothing. It doesn't make a difference. A herd of elephants wouldn't be able to stop it. Like, it's got to happen. So have a little bit of faith in that. It's hard to, especially when you're going through it. NX. Should I ever appear back in his life? How much time should I take, or should I make it my decision to purposely ghosting him? Well, I think that that's a personal decision. We'll ask the cards, but I think that a lot of this, you know, like, you might put some distance between you and him, and then you may feel like you don't really miss him. That happens too sometimes. So, you know, like, you may get like 3 weeks out and be like, you know what? I don't really miss him. I don't really need to reach out to him. So let's ask the cards. I would say, I mean, they say no contact is 30 days. You know, I'm not really, I don't like, I don't feel like everybody fits into the same box. You know, I feel like every relationship is different. But I think that to give it enough time, like, you can't just disappear for 2 days. It's not enough time. You have to give it time. You know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. But a lot of times when you put time and space between yourself and somebody who hasn't been treating you right, you don't really miss them. You may get over it in the meantime. I would give it at least 3 weeks and revisit it at that point. When I say 21 days it takes to break an addiction. So if there's some kind of an addictive quality to this relationship, it should be broken in 21 days and see how you feel at that point. Sasha, how will he react when I tell him that I don't want kids? I think he's going to be okay with it. I think he'll be okay with it. Soleil, will Leroy call or text me today and apologize? Yes, he will. Well, he'll do one or the other, but he will. Amy, how does Sebastian feel about me? Feels that you're grounded, down to earth, stable. Feels that you're attractive, that you know how to get things done. You're abundant, you're abundant. You have great potential. You're attractive, intelligent, creative, courageous, strong, lucky, and genuinely a happy person, pleasant to be around. Nana, will my mom buy our family a house this year? Yeah, it's quite possible. Yeah. I think that this would be the year to buy something if you wanted to buy something. Yeah. Ronnie, finances for the rest of June. All right, can we cut off the super because I got to get over to my nephew's house for his birthday, which I don't even. I'm gonna tell you something funny. Let me do the finances. You're embarking on a new journey. Finances may feel like they're a little bit stagnant and slow, but towards the end of the month, things start to pick up. You might have a new business or job opportunity. Feeling like all the hard work you put out into the universe is finally coming back to you. I think finances pick up towards the end of the month going into July. So back to like the oldest kid. My nephew that's born today, he's the oldest. And he's like, I mean, he wants me to come over. He sent me a text message at like 7 o'clock this morning. What time are you coming? But if I couldn't come, or if I didn't come today and I came a different day, he would be okay with that. My younger nephew, who's only 5, his birthday was in May. His birthday is May 11th, and the day before was Mother's Day, so we celebrated Mother's Day and his birthday together. So now what they're doing is, because they can't have parties for the kids, everybody's doing drive-bys and blowing the horn and making signs. So the next day, he had a parade of cars come, and everyone was beeping the horn. So I asked him, like, Nikki, how was your birthday? He was like, nice. You know, we had a parade of cars. He goes, I didn't see your car there. Believe it? 5. I'm like, Nikki, I came to see you the day before. He goes, you didn't come to the parade. I didn't see you there. But you see the difference? Like, he has no problem telling me, hey, where were you? How come you weren't there? Where was your car? I didn't see it. But he's always been like that. Like, that's just how he is. We went to dinner once at the diner, and when the waitress came and she brought our dessert, she walked away, and he was like 2 at the time. He's like, hey, where's my cookie? She didn't give me a cookie. My brother and sister-in-law were horrified. They don't remember when I tell them this story. They're like, we don't remember that. And I'm like, yeah. He was, hey, where's mine? I already have it. Usually, I think, only work while you're on them. I don't think that they're long-term effects. Let's see. Course they grew back. Nana, how's the Leo's relationship with the Aquarius girl? There may be a betrayal that's happened between the two of them. Somebody may have done something betraying. Their relationship is okay. I'm not sure it's going to last forever. Things between them may have happened too fast or too far too soon, and now it's gonna go backwards. Vartica, general guidance for right now. You got some balance, patience, compassion coming in. Your intuition is also highlighted or heightened. You're coming into a time where you can really trust your intuition. Ace of Swords is here, which is bullshit. Don't put up with people's bullshit. You can do it in a nice way, but definitely stand up for yourself. Three of Wands in reverse. You're no longer waiting for your ship to come in. You're coming into a powerful time or a powerful point in your journey here through life, where things are starting to change for you. It may even be that you're starting to feel a little bit more like grounded and secure in who you are as a person. And moving forward, I think that I deserve better than that, or I'm, continue. I think that you're about to embark on a personal evolution for the better. For the better. Right, have I skipped any super chats? Does anybody know? Anna, what is Jay's energies or emotions for me today? The energy around the situation is intuition and forward movement. I don't know that he's going to do anything about it just yet, but he's definitely been thinking about it. He maybe miss you. Oh, Soleil, I said I think that they're going to stop growing if you take the supplement. Stop taking that supplement. Maybe you can find something else to take for the other issue that would be different and wouldn't have the same side effect. She may be trying to play a little hard to get. Yeah, it may be calculated. Queen, will I be traveling this weekend? Yeah, I think you will. You got a 70% chance you will. You're going to hear from him. You'll hear from him. He's being really stubborn, which is not Libra-like. Maybe he's got some Scorpio in him, because it's not Libra-like to be like that, but he's being stubborn. It's funny, everyone's saying it's buffering, but it's not buffering here for me, on there or on here. Oh, it's buffering for everybody else. That's so weird. Yeah, it's not buffering for me. That's so strange. Am I coming full connection with my spirit, with being spiritually awakened yet? 70%. 70% chance yes. So you may have some work to do, but you know what? It's a journey. It's a journey for everyone. Zara, I did yours. I said you will be hearing from him. He's being stubborn. I think I just need Mel, right? It's on and off buffering for everyone, but not for me. On my phone or on here. So stupid. YouTube's been really strange. Oh, please don't harass the moderators. You guys know I go in order. I can't just let somebody skip the line when there's other people that have been waiting. Mel, how did C the Pisces feel when he saw the note that I left on his car for him this morning? Can I have this for just 1 second? I'll give it right back, I promise. I just need 2 hands to shuffle. Oh man, not not happy. So the first card that comes up here is the anxiety card. He's got the anxiety card around him. And then on top of that, he's got the Knight of Cups in reverse, which means he feels like, he could feel like he's either ruined the situation or that you're no longer an option for him. It also thinks that he also may be feeling like he screwed things up. He's still hopeful. He's got the sun here, so he's still hoping that he could turn the situation around. And the Hierophant is here, which means he may be turning to some kind of spiritual guidance. I don't know what you said in the letter, but it maybe knocked him over a little bit. Feels very anxious over it. He's very worried about it, but he's still trying to, he's still going to try to smooth things over with you or make things happen. So he's not giving up just yet. Okay. Yeah, he must have felt really bad. It brought up a lot of anxiety for him. And he still may be feeling anxious. I said, fuck you, and Aquaman. Yeah, oh, he's not happy about that. But I don't think he's going to, I think he may give you some time. But I think at some point he may reach out to you again. Which means that either you're going to have to tell him again or block him or something if you're real, that's how you really feel. Yeah, he's going to give you some time, and he's going to hope that you're not going to be mad in a couple of weeks. He's going to try again, I think. He's not giving up. Okay. Oh, Tulip, I said, yeah, there would be contact in July. I think I said 70% chance that you guys are back in communication before the end of July. Ilda's could do. I believe that person's new. I don't think I read for this person before. So send me the question quickly because I got to go. But I'll be back on tonight about 9:30. Yeah, I think that person's new. I don't remember that name. I did the moderators. Right? Oh, why admit don't talk what happened between us. Okay. He's temporarily walked away. He has. He's got some cutting energy around him. He's got things are going to change between you and him for the better, but right now you got to give him a little bit of space. I wouldn't reach out to him. I wouldn't try to, it's like he's walked away temporarily. He's upset about something, but it's going to change. And when it changes, there's going to be more respect that comes in. So, I would just give it a little bit of time and let's see what happens. I think it's going to blow over, and he will talk to you again in the future. Give him at least, I would say, at least a couple of weeks. All right, I'm going to go. I have to get over to my nephew's house. I'll be back on tonight about 9:30ish or so. Thank you all. Have a good night. And I will see you a little bit later. Yeah, if anyone wants to do privates, I think the sale right now is 3 for $13, and it's by email. You can email them to me, and I'll have them done sometime tonight or tomorrow morning. But I can't, you know what, I just can't let one person skip the line if they start like attacking the moderators, because it's not fair. The moderators work really hard to try to make sure that everybody, and that I don't skip people and that new people get a chance and whatever. So it's really, to me, it's not fair for like the squeaky wheel to get the oil, because there's other people that have been waiting, and it's just not fair. Chloe, I did for you, was about Mark? Yeah, I can't remember what I said. I think I said, yes, he does think about you sexually, if that was it. I'll be back on tonight about 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. And anyone can do privates. If anything is like really emergent, send me an email. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye-bye.